There apparently were two explosions. Jack had no reason to take his own life.
He died in an explosion in 1952, most likely due to an experiment which went wrong. A black magic box was discovered after his death with unusual symbols. His friends said that on the day of his death, he was working on creating a homunculus, a mythical miniature human being. In his honor, a crater on the moon was named after him, and the crater is situated on the dark side. Jack Parsons was a household name in America. He was referred to as the true father of the American space race. He was a genius in his field of rocketry, a well-known scientist. A lot of us think scientists are rational people, skeptical, who don't really believe in superstition. But Parsons led quite an extraordinary double life. He was a scientist by day and a Satanist by night.
That's the real father of the space age. Okay, now this guy, who was at Cal Poly Tech, right? This guy, Jack Parsons, was openly a devil worshiper. He developed the fuel that enabled us to penetrate the stratosphere. Satellites could not have come about without this guy. In his diary that he himself wrote, he had a dream. This is 1948. He had a dream where he saw somebody that he calls Belial Dajjal. And he tells him, "You are helping me."
Jack Parsons professed to embody an entity named Belarion Armillus al-Dajjal, the Antichrist, who he said he met in a dream, and Jack Parsons saw Dajjal as his motivation to move forward with science and witchcraft.
The oath of the abyss, to paraphrase it, is a swearing that you will take everything that happens as a direct communication of the divine with your soul. That means everything. So the usual interpretation is that at that point you commit yourself to be stark raving paranoid. Everything you notice is somebody telling you something.
Oath means a solemn promise. An abyss means a bottomless pit, a hole. Straight after taking this oath, Jack Parsons wrote in his book, The Book of Antichrist, "And thereafter I was taken within and saluted the prince of that place, and thereafter things were done to me of which I may not write, and they told me, it is not certain that you will survive, but if you survive, you will attain your true will and manifest the Antichrist." We can't be sure whether Jack Parsons actually communicated with the Antichrist. However, one thing we can be sure is, there were satanic entities behind him. He wasn't just the father of the American space race, but he was also the brains behind Israeli rocket technology. A pro-Israeli group of scientists offered Jack Parsons a job within the Israeli rocket program, which Jack Parsons gratefully accepted. So all these new technological advances by Israel may not be just human brains behind it after all, but actually something even more sinister. This is the scene of the blast in which Jack Parsons was killed. The official story is that it was an accident due to an experiment. Jack Parsons was declared dead within minutes after the explosion. His mother later committed suicide. She was distraught at losing her son. Friends and former lovers were unsatisfied of the official report by the police into Jack Parsons' death. Instead, some believed he was killed by the American government, as he was giving away too many secrets about technological advancements through magic